On today's ONTV update, Onondaga Community College is hosting its annual spring open house where future students can learn how to succeed.
Now, from the EMC studio at Onondaga Community College, this is an ONTV update.
Good morning and welcome to ONTV Update. Today is Friday, April 3rd. I'm Elena Cira along with Zachary George. Our first story is about students exploring their college options.
If you think campus is busy on a regular day, wait till later this week when parents and hopeful first-year students shop Onondaga.
OCC is holding their spring open house at the SRC Arena. The event takes place Friday, April 10th at 11 a.m. Check-in starts at 10:30. The open house gives prospective students an opportunity to hear from members from each and every academic department. Guests will learn about transfer opportunities as well as Onondaga Community College's 2+2 partnership agreement. OCC has transfer articulation agreements with dozens of four-year universities, including Syracuse, Lemoyne, and St. John Fisher.
When they are ready to file a FAFSA and TAP application, and then they also give them information about the scholarships that we offer.
OCC offers almost 50 degree and certificate programs and has 17 men and women's athletic teams. At the open house, students will have the opportunity to ask questions and get information about the degree programs that interest them most. Also, prospective students and their families will be able to tour the campus and resident halls. Tours are scheduled to begin every 15 minutes. Resting on top of Onondaga Hill, many students find that the 280-acre campus is far more impressive than they imagined it would be.
I have been to the SRC Arena before for past events, and I was very impressed with the size of the campus, and that's one of the main reasons that I'm considering going to OCC.
Students planning to attend the open house can expect to learn about everything from registration all the way up until graduation. From Whitney Hall at OCC for ONTV Update, I'm Keith McDowell.
And with nearly 1,000 people expected to visit the open house, you might have some concerns about parking. For a campus map and more information, you can visit sunyocc.edu.
If you've ever upped your game in the Smarts department, the Honors Program at OCC offers university-level classes at community college prices. One student of the program shows us how the benefits open the door for more opportunities for success. Iga Sheshkapanik is one of 95 honors students currently enrolled at OCC. After applying for the program while still in high school, Iga immediately took honors classes her first semester.
And what I like a lot is that I can try out a lot of different things, you know, so I'm not afraid that if I decide to take a different class, I'm gonna waste all that money. And that really gives me an opportunity to do things that I wouldn't be usually doing at a four-year school.
Honors Program Coordinator Jackie Barstow works very closely with the students and connects them to other opportunities based on their involvement.
Iga is one of our honors ambassadors because she does have so much knowledge of the honors program and the way the honors program works. Iga is a perfect example of a student for whom the honors program is intended.
Iga has specifically said that her friends at larger universities don't get the one-on-one interaction she does in the honors classes. Lists like this are provided every semester to show honors students what classes they can take and to remind them to stay on track for graduation.
When you transfer to a four-year school, a lot of colleges do have honors program. So transferring from OCC, you can continue on I want to transfer to SU, and I can be in their honors program out there.
In only her first year, Iga has completed multiple honors classes and is on track to graduate with the honors minor degree in addition to her business degree. Incoming freshmen, transfers, or students currently enrolled at OCC are eligible to apply. Applications are available in 262A Ferrante Hall, and 2 letters of recommendation are also required.
Can you hear me now? That's been the common complaint lately from students living on campus. They're having difficulty staying connected through campus Wi-Fi. Casey Engel reports.
Students say poor Wi-Fi connection here at the dorms at Onondaga Community College are affecting grades. The dorms here at OCC are home to more than 850 students. Living on campus gives students a new sense of independence. as well as the opportunity to connect with other peers. However, unreliable Wi-Fi connection is taking its toll on students.
The Wi-Fi is really shaky, and when I lived in the dorms last semester, the Wi-Fi would cut in and out sometimes, and when I'd be in the middle of taking a test or doing homework, I'd have to restart it or email my professor and tell them that the connection was cruddy and I had to just redo an assignment over again, which is unnecessary.
With websites like Angel, many professors at OCC require their students to be actively connected online. If you plan on living on campus, this may be a problem for you. Because of student complaints, OCC now offers a 24-hour phone number for students to call regarding internet issues. At the OCC dorms, I'm Casey Engel for ONTV Update.
Northland Communications provides support for your internet connection problems here on campus. For 24-hour assistance, call 315-671-6200.
4 years ago, there was no such thing as an OCC hockey club until one man put his skates on and made a goal. Reporter on the ice Larry Berg has the story.
Josh Vivenzio was taking classes at OCC and wanted to play hockey. When he asked his dad for help, Dave Vivenzio decided to give it a shot.
We started with nothing.
The club made a deal with the people at the Onondaga Nation Ice Arena to buy ice time. They also paid for equipment and referees. Club president John Ratliff tells where the money came from.
Yep, last year we had to pay to play. I think it was $600 a player to play. And it discouraged a lot of guys, the $600 on top of being a broke college kid, you just can't afford it.
An official OCC club requires a faculty advisor, and that's where Doug Whitaker comes in.
We kind of look like the Bad News Bears, and not to say that isn't a bad thing, the Bad News Bears with all different uniforms and things. We're a pretty good team, but it just didn't look right for a college team to come on the ice with all of our players, different colored pants, different colored socks, different colored jerseys. So
Mr. Vivenzio appealed to OCC administration and waded through paperwork and red tape to access funds available to clubs. This year, for the first time, their ice time and referee fees were paid for by OCC, and the team received new socks, new helmets, and new official jerseys.
This school has graciously gone above and beyond what we ever expected to make this club what it is today.
In 1 year, the team doubled in size. With 40 members, they are playing such well-established teams as Lemoyne, Hobart, Hamilton, Union, and Colgate. On the ice at the Onondaga Nation Ice Arena, I'm Larry Berg for ONTV Update.
Vivenzio says the club members have passion and hope to melt the ice next season. If you'd like to dust off your hockey stick and join, club members will suit up again in the fall.
And the end of the semester is quickly approaching, which means graduation is right around the corner. The OCC bookstore will have everything you need to prepare for your accomplishment. Starting April 6th, cap and gowns will be available for purchase and cost around $35. Diploma frames, tassels, apparel, and souvenirs are some of the many things the bookstore has for you to remember your time at OCC.
Coming up after the break, weather reporter Jesse Mellowitz will tell us if we can finally put away our hats and gloves.
And we will also take a look into property damage, why it happens, and what you can do to avoid it.
My experiences have been amazing. I love my professors. All of the students are super outgoing. We do things outside of class together, which is really great. We go to movies together, we go to lunch together. It's really fun. When you get along with the people that you go to school with, you do better at everything in your life.
It's been a good experience. I've had a lot of fun, did a lot of work, learned about a lot of new things. I learned about hardware, software, basically electronics and computers at a much grander scale, involving both software and hardware. It's a good college. If you are in the technology department or you're in the Whitney building, I would say that's a good place.
My name is Nicholas Holderski, and I am a math science major here at Onondaga Community College. When I first got here, I barely had any driving experience. It was a really great opportunity for me to come down here in the beginning of September, I believe, and it was great for me to drive here every day when the snow started to fly. It's nice having your own car and being able to go out with your friends whenever you want to. I've met some really wonderful people here, and especially for somebody who's a younger driver, somebody who's just learning, it's really just a great experience to have.
They say nothing beats seeing something amazing for the first time. Whether it be a good book you read, or a song you heard, the Barnes & Noble bookstore will make sure to amaze you. Especially if it's your first time. Come visit us today. Visit our website, onondagacc.bncollege.com, for more information.
And welcome back to On TV Update. I'm Zachary George.
And I'm Elena Ciro. Jesse Melowitz is out on the weather deck enjoying the warmth. Hey, Jesse, how's that tan coming?
Well, Elena, I don't really tan, but for those of you who do, today's temperature tops off with a high of 55 degrees and a 50% chance of rain. Tonight, we drop down to a low of 38 as we prepare for snow. The snow returns this weekend with a high of 38 and lows of 29. The snow peaks out from behind the clouds Monday as it warms up to a high of 43. Tuesday, we hit our peak temperature of 52 degrees and a very high chance of rain. At least it's not snow. Wednesday, our temperatures start to dip off again to a high of 45 degrees and a low of 35 and a chance of rain. Our forecast this week comes from weather.com. The snow's been out, the birds are returning, and spring cleaning can be more than just sweeping and dusting. Property damage this weekend has taken its toll.
Living in central New York, we all know what snow and ice can do. With spring weather approaching, the snow is melting, and that can lead to some serious damage to your home. According to J.P. Moore Home Improvement, over time, weather conditions can open up spaces under the shingles. These spaces allow moisture to find its way into the underlayment and seep into the attic. Once in the attic, even more damage can follow. Water continuing to pass into the sheetrock of your ceiling can cause it to cave in, a reality Dee Dee Smith knows all too well.
It started coming through as a little drip, and then it turned into a big drip and started cracking the sheetrock in the ceiling. And it came down eventually.
There's also a greater risk to water damage if it is left unchecked. Mold can form only after a few days, and once it sets in, the mold will release spores, and the problem only gets worse from there. A professional should always be called to handle mold removal. Flooding of your home is also a way for mold to get into your lower levels.
In order to minimize the risk of flooding, you should check for anything that could prevent the flow of water from draining away from your home. Shoveling by your basement windows can also prevent flooding into your lower levels.
Remember that your insurance policy does not cover damage that could be prevented by proper maintenance. If you do need to make a claim, don't wait. Repair anything that you could to prevent more damage from being done. The initial damage should be covered if the proper maintenance was done.
Everyday tasks like checking your gutters for blockage or cleaning out your drains can help prevent the buildup of water and, in turn, property damage. Back to you, Zach.
And for most students, long-term investing is not at the top of their priority list. With me today is Mike Gagliardi, Senior Vice President and Branch Manager for Pinnacle Investments. Mike, why is it important for students to start investing right now rather than later?
Well, you're constantly playing a catch-up game. The earlier you can start investing, even if it's a small amount, remember you're going to be working for probably 45 years, and then you've got to live for another 20 years on what you've saved. If Social Security's not there, you're going to be living off your savings. Okay. And very simple numbers.
Okay, so what do you recommend as a college student? Obviously, we don't have much money, so how much money should we invest?
Well, I did an analysis of that. If you started saving $2,000 a year, that's $46 a week. After 45 years at simple interest, you'd end up with about $315,000. Not
bad.
If you started 10 years later at 31, you'd end up with $238,000. So there's a significant difference in the amount of money you'd have at that period of time. The IRS says that you can save $5,000 a year. So now you're 2.5 times that for your regular savings. The difference would be, after 45 years, you'd have $789,000 if you saved $5,000 a year.
Wow.
So, and then with the 401ks that many companies offer when you go out to get a job, if you max that out over that same period of time, you'd have about $2.3 million.
Not bad.
Yeah.
So as a college student, do we want a less risky, more risky? What kind of investment should we take?
Earlier in your life, you're going to take a little more risk, okay? As you get older and get near retirement, you're going to start having more conservative investments.
Okay. So what are some money habits as students we should stop doing, if you're going to get into that?
Having lived through two college students, the first thing is to plan on it. Plan for your retirement today. And the first thing on your planning list is how am I going to save some money? Is it not going out one weekend a month and saving $40 or $50? You've already accomplished your $2,000 a year.
Awesome.
But it's got to be a plan.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Mike, for that. According to the Huffington Post, 43% of American families spend more than they earn each year.
The number of head injuries to high school athletes is much greater compared to college athletes. Working with a trainer might prevent some of these injuries. Alexis Cabrera investigates.
Level. According to the National Athletic Association, only 55% of athletes have access to athletic trainers. It's a number that both medical experts and athletic trainers say isn't enough.
The fact that there are no state regulations or policies that require a high school to employ athletic trainers is a flaw that leads to inconsistencies in how sports injuries are handled and by whom. Jade Lewis, an athlete at Onondaga Community College, sustained not one, but 2 concussions during her high school athletic career.
The only type of treatment I got for that was the health teacher who was actually working the game, did a minor evaluation. He's not at all certified an athletic trainer or anything like that, but he did, my coach did, and then 10 minutes later I was back in the game. And realistically, I shouldn't have been playing for minimum 2 weeks.
This is where an AT's presence can be vital. In an emergency situation, like a cardiac arrest, seconds make a huge difference. ATs are trained to recognize critical symptoms and are familiar with life-saving procedures.
The best data on concussions was published in a study by the National Academies in 2013. The study found that each year in the United States alone, there are 1.6 to 3.8 million sports and recreation-related brain injuries. And those are just a few that are diagnosed. From the SRC Arena, I'm Alexis Cabrera for your ONTV update.
Athletic trainers are certified healthcare professionals with at least a 4-year degree. Their training includes injury prevention, physiology, nutrition, and first aid.
Well, coming up, Connor Halton talks sports.
He takes a closer look at how Onondaga's lacrosse team is doing so far this season. Stay with us.
I am Jim Spagnola. I am a percussionist. I did a lot of marching band and a lot of percussion ensemble in high school, and I decided to audition here as one of my schools out of high school. The new building is a far cry better than where we were before. The percussion room was about 1/3 of the size of this room, and it also doubled as half the storage we had access to. The percussion studio has a very strong bond between members, and it's a great program to be a part of.
The summer after I graduated from OCC, I came back because there was an EOP program taking students who had just come out of high school and kind of transitioning them into college life. The students lived in the dorms and then they went to classes and then got tutoring. So even after I graduated, I was able to come back and still be involved and help the next class of students be successful. Because even when I went to school afterwards, when I went on for the bachelor's and for the master's, you really don't find as much support anywhere else as you do at OCC.
I am in the choir. I'm in the concert choir and OCC singers. And Dr. Dari is a great, great, great conductor. He really wants to know you and your personality, where you come from. He just really cares about us, and it shows. As soon as I joined choir, I was talking to people at the auditions. People here, they're not afraid to say like, hi, my name is, and really get to know you. OCC is like your second home. I really feel like I have a family here.
It's that time again, finals! And after finals, it's Christmas! But before Christmas, it's Christmas shopping! We don't have time to go somewhere far away to do our Christmas shopping, but not to worry, you have the OCC Barnes & Noble College bookstore. Books aren't the only thing you can find here. In fact, there's a gift for everyone. From beautiful warm hoodies of all sizes to new backpacks, shirts of all colors, Christmas gifts, and even supplies for next semester. So don't be a Scrooge this Christmas. Be the life for the holidays. Come down to the OCC bookstore located in the Whitney Atrium. Open normal business hours. See website for details.
Welcome back to ONTV Update. I'm Connor Halton. The Onondaga Community College men's lacrosse team is yet again #1 team in the nation. They're looking to win their 7th consecutive national championship this year. ONTV Update's Emmanuel Henderson has the insight on the team's success.
Here at Onondaga Community College, we have the #1 ranked men's lacrosse team in the nation. But a big part of the team's success is offensive midfielder Max Bosworth. Max Bosworth is a 6-foot-tall, 180-pound powerhouse from Keene, New Hampshire for the Lasers lacrosse team. Max is an extremely dedicated athlete whose methods for getting prepared for the season are old-fashioned.
Work out regularly, run, hit the wall, play some wall ball, get my stick on and my hands ready.
Now, a lot of the team's success comes from the tedious practice techniques of Coach Chuck Wilbur, who has given Max a chance to shine bright on a well-rounded team.
Coach Wilbur just seems like he really knows what he's talking about and understands the game, and just based off his accomplishments and the championships the team has won in the past, I thought it was a good fit.
Chuck Wilbur has a 216-15 record with 13 consecutive Region 3 championships and 8 national championships with a 93-game winning streak. But he still works his players hard, and he expects to see them and Bosworth at a higher level.
So every day they push each other, and that's what makes us good, because everyone's good, and if a guy's taking a day off mentally or physically in practice, they'll be exposed because the guy next to him is going to beat them. So I think it keeps things competitive every day and makes you become a better player.
Now the team's main goal is to win a national championship and break the record of 97 games. I'm Emmanuel Henderson, ONTV Update.
You can catch the Lasers this Saturday at Tompkins Cortland Community College at 4 o'clock to see the dominance continue. Spring is here, and with it arrives a new sports season here at OCC. The men's baseball team looks to replicate its success from a year ago by finishing as the ranked 8th team in the nation. With a rough start to the 2015 season, the Lasers look to bounce back going into Mid-Atlantic region play. First-year head coach John Sheedy will certainly have his hands full with this year's squad, as he only has 6 returning players. With a 5-7 start to the season, coach says the young team has some areas to improve upon if they want to start winning.
We need to really get timely hitting. What happened down in spring break in North Carolina, Virginia, we just struggled with the key hit. So if we have a better approach with 2 outs, men in scoring position, I think that would greatly help us. So that's one area of improvement. And the second key area is the back end of our pitching staff. We need to really shut down opposing teams late in the game. 3 out of the 4 games, we were either ahead or tied going into the last 2 innings. So we get better back end bullpen pitching. I think we'll be in good shape moving forward.
The Lasers will travel to Rochester tomorrow for a doubleheader against the Monroe Community College Tribunes. First pitch starts at 1 o'clock, then again at 4. When most people think of sports, they don't think of competitive bodybuilding. But for one OCC student, the gym is all he knows. ONTV Update's Brandon Curtis sits down to find out what it takes to make it in this sport.
With most other team sports, the athletes are only playing and practicing for a portion of the year. As a dedicated and competitive bodybuilder, there is no set season. The training never ends.
It's a 24/7, 365 dedication. You have to count your calories every day. You have to limit your food intake or increase your food intake to whatever you desire of your body. And you have to be in the gym 7 days a week, even 3-4 times a day.
Now, one of the ways bodybuilders are able to endure such rigorous training on a daily basis is through the use of supplement use, much like this right here. It's quite simple, actually. All you do is you take your favorite flavor of protein, mix it with a glass of water, stir it up.
The protein is just what it is. It's protein. Your androgen receptors in your body, in each cell, take that in once it's absorbed into your bloodstream and goes to your muscles to help it recover and build faster. Leg day, it's fun. It just is chest, but I don't really train for fun. It's for a purpose.
And according to Mike, that purpose is to capture an OCB championship. Reporting from Onondaga Community College, I'm Brandon Curtis for ONTV Update.
The 2015 Organization of Competitive Bodies Natural Bodybuilding Championship was held on March 21st at the Mulroy Civic Center here in Syracuse. Well over 100 competitors participated in this year's event.
Connor, we got the Masters next week. We got the Final Four this week. Who's your predictions?
Well, Zach, in my bracket, I have Wisconsin and Duke playing the national championship, and I'm sticking with it. Everyone thinks Kentucky can't be beaten, but I think the senior All-American Frank Kaminsky, along with Sam Decker, is just going to stick it to them and end their perfect season. On the other end, you got Michigan State Duke. Michigan State has been playing a great tournament, but I think Justice Winslow and Joel Okafor is just going to be too much for the Spartans.
Well, I do hope Michigan State wins because I'm not a Duke fan, but thank you.
Coming up, is a bump on the head really nothing to worry about?
And find out how a small head injury could cause unexpected changes in your life. Stay tuned.
I love the new music wing we have here at Onondaga.
I love the small class sizes.
I love the affordability.
I love the convenience.
Career opportunities.
The diversity.
Our campus.
The great community. I love
Onondaga.
I love
Onondaga.
I love Onondaga.
I love Onondaga.
I love Onondaga.
I'm a human services major with a concentration in social work. I love my major because it is giving me the skills and abilities and knowledge to be able to help people in crisis. The academics are great. They're challenging. Choir is great because you are with music majors and non-music majors, and we all come together to make music. Dr. Rodari is very good at making you feel listened to, and he obviously cares. He is interested in you, not just as a student, but you as a human being.
The OCC Bistro is a full-service dining area operated by Onondaga's culinary students. Lunch is served every Thursday.
Each student gets hands-on experience, working every restaurant position from chef to host.
With an elegant dining room and a professional culinary kitchen, the Bistro provides an excellent atmosphere for OCC students to perfect their skills.
Why not visit us next Thursday for lunch?
The OCC Bistro in the Gordon Building next to Starbucks.
So since I've started at OCC, I've seen an immense improvement in my photography work. All the teachers at OCC are very professional in the way they teach and in the way they handle the classroom. In my basic photography class, the teacher really encouraged hands-on work. You know, because of the photography program at OCC, I have something to look forward to.
The Tigress Shrine Circus returns to Syracuse tonight with shows featuring classic acrobats, clowns, and elephants. Doors open an hour before each show, and tickets are $13. To know more about parking, visit their website at tigressshrinecircus.com.
Also tonight at the Liverpool Arts Center is Answer the Muse. This live music and painting event takes you on a journey of original songs and covers of your favorite tunes. Admission is $35 and begins at 7. Call 315-234-9333 for details.
Wake up and have breakfast with the Easter Bunny in the village of Manlius on Saturday, April 4th. Afterwards, there will be an Easter egg hunt. This event is free and open to the public.
Also Saturday, April 4th, the Central New York Playhouse is telling you, don't feed the actors. The show will be 8 o'clock and will cost you $12. But if you want to come at 6:30 for the dinner and the show, it will be $25. To purchase tickets, visit cnyplayhouse.com/improv.
TBI, what does it mean to you? Many people don't know that it's a medical term used to describe a traumatic brain injury. To a person that suffers from one, it means a change in lifestyle and assistance with special needs.
A lot of times caused by falls or car accidents. But one of the biggest things that causes traumatic brain injuries with people is something as simple as a fall in the shower. Some people don't know how much a traumatic brain injury can be a life-changing experience for their everyday living. Phil Prain works with one of many organizations designed to help to accommodate TBI survivors with their everyday needs.
Some of the car crashes, though, particularly. One person I knew was in a snowmobile crash with no helmet, and that was one of the issues that he's dealing with now. So, you know, a large differing number of reasons why people are focused on the need to work on things relating to the TBI.
Whether you're on a motorcycle or a bicycle, always wear a helmet. Because that 1 second it takes to make that click could save you a lifetime of suffering. In Syracuse, I'm John Einek for ONTV Update.
If you experience a head injury and something doesn't feel right, play it safe and visit your doctor.
A currently trending diet excludes the protein gluten. Find out what goes in our bodies when we don't have it. ONTV reporter Vanessa Setut helps us understand what living gluten-free really means.
Gluten is found in grains such as wheat, barley, rye, and a cross between wheat and rye called triticale. Executive Chef Eric Weber explains what exactly gluten is and its effects on the body.
Gluten is not something that our bodies typically are able to process very well, and if you have celiac disease, your body doesn't process it at all. It's almost an allergy to it.
While many are choosing this diet because of preference, millions of Americans with celiac disease don't have a choice.
My health was on a decline, and I was fatigued, and we didn't really have a source of the problem, and I was anemic, and I found out it was celiac, and it just took me a really long time to get sick.
There are already options at OCC, and some foods are naturally gluten-free. For example, fresh and frozen vegetables, rice, soy, and corn, as well as fresh fruits, and many beverages such as sport drinks.
It really hasn't been a big change. I just have to watch out and look for labels to see what has flour in it, or wheat, rye, or whatever else. I can't have beer anymore.
From Gordon Student Dining Center for ONTV Update, I'm Vanessa Setut.
And according to the University of Chicago, celiac disease affects at least 3 million Americans. There are over 2,000 gluten-free food items available in the U.S., so look for them next time you're grocery shopping.
Starting Monday, April 20th, Feats of Clay returns to OCC. Feats of Clay was originally established in 1987 to bring ceramic arts to Syracuse high schools. But now you will be able to see over 100 pieces of student-made art all over central New York, from Watertown to Binghamton. The exhibit is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 4 in the Ann Felton Center through the month of April.
In 2006, DC Comics broke new ground when they reintroduced Batwoman as a lesbian. She would become the first LGBT character in history to headline her own title. This month, new leadership for the Catwoman comic reimagined the character as a bisexual woman. ONTV Update's Paul Turner shows us how fans are reacting to this new diversity.
Batwoman, John Constantine, and Midnighter are just some of the characters that spring to mind when your average comic book reader is asked about LGBT representation in comics. Recently, Catwoman has joined those ranks as well. Jeff Watkins, the owner of a local comic shop, hopes announcements like this won't be so jarring in the future.
We're hopefully graduating to a time in society where we're not shocked
by people being gay. We're not surprised when we have gay friends and neighbors. So hopefully we'll reflect that in entertainment as time goes on as well.
Here at Cloud City Comics, you can find an LGBT character represented on almost every rack, heroes and villains alike. But are the companies that own these properties doing this out of a social obligation, or are they motivated by their own bottom lines?
They try to hit the demographic right down to the percentage. Is it cash driven? Is it social pressure? No. It's the people growing up reading comic books, wanting those characters resembled.
Despite their reasons for creating more inclusionary casts, content creators from all walks of the media landscape are part of this trend. Jerry Farnett of the Gay Straight Alliance here at OCC says that visibility for these characters have a large impact.
I think it's extremely important because presence means, to me, that someone, the creator of the comic, that's what we're talking about, or whatever media that projects these, is saying, I'm not going to tolerate discrimination.
I think the greatest form of activism is to extend that into our entertainment and be like, you know what, I accept you. You're a great character, not because you're gay, not because you're straight. You're a great character because someone wrote you that way and because you acted it that way or you were drawn that way, and you're awesome.
Paul Turner, ONTV Update.
If you're interested in reading about some of these diverse characters, Cloud City Comics has a free comic book day on May 2nd at their store in Shoppingtown Mall. To join the OCC Gay Straight Alliance, visit room 186 in Mawhinney Hall.
Tucked away in the Ann Felton Center at OCC is a collection of art that challenges visitors to do more than just observe. We go to ONTV Update's Nicole Martino, who spoke to artist Colleen Wolpert about the inspiration behind her exhibit.
Behind these curtains lies an art exhibit entitled Persistence of Vision. It was inspired by one woman's interest in the simple gift of sight.
3 years ago, the idea was sparked by a conversation Colleen Wolpert had with a blind woman.
We were walking along, we just met, and she said, I miss looking at the night sky most of all. And I just thought about that. It seemed very, very profound.
From that experience, 7 unique pieces reflective of the nature of vision evolved, including one of Colleen's own invention, called the twin scope. She hopes it will bring recognition back to an old form of art known as stereoscopic, or 3D, photographs.
What I've done is taken an original image of the moon that's called full moon and then made a transparency out of it so it could be a backlit light box in the space, and then put my twin scope viewer below it. You see one full moon with the stereoscope, but there are 2 images of the moon on the wall.
If you'd like to visit the exhibit, it'll be open in the gallery until April 14th. Reporting from the Ann Felton Center, I'm Nicole Martino on TV Update.
An event called Picturing Motion, How Movies Began in Syracuse, will be held Thursday, April 9th at 5:30 in Store Auditorium. Admission is free and open to all.
And my man Jesse is back with the weekend weather forecast. Jesse, I know yesterday I was in my t-shirt outside, so it was pretty nice out, right?
Yes, it was. And today it's going to be the same. We've got a high of 57 and a low of 35. But the weekend, not so much. We're dropping back down into the 30s, and we're getting some snow again. Sunday is going to be 37 and the low of 29, some snow.
Ugh, not excited about that.
Not at all.
Oh well. It was short-lived, I guess.
Whatever the weather, it's always appropriate for a bow tie. From all of us here at ONTV Update, thanks so much for tuning in.
We'll see you next time, and have a great week, Syracuse.